Hello there friends, this is Dota News. We are here to create the best Dota News channel ever. Here's what we cover in today's episode. Reshuffles continue. Durachyo plans to fight with Ramzes. Team Spirit lost to their academy and much more. Without further ado, let's get straight to it. Well, we shall start our video with not a very pleasant topic related to our favorite game, specifically cheaters. Once again, Wiha raised this issue, writing about it on his Twitter. According to Wiha, in every other Immortal Draft game they encounter cheaters, and he says that players often use software to scout the enemy's best heroes, which leads to the situation where if such a player gets the captain role, they almost certainly win, because they can comfortably ban the opponent's best heroes while picking comfortable heroes for themselves. Obviously, in such a case, it's practically impossible to play Dota, as you always end up playing against opponents who are knowingly strong. It's interesting to know whether Valve will take notice of this and finally introduce an anti-cheat system or some sort of it, and if players will continue to suffer from cheaters, smurfs and account buyers, I don't know guys, anything can happen. I mean, the online numbers are in decline, and if we lose the best players of the top of the ladder, I don't know, sounds really bad. And speaking of Wiha, who is a former player and currently a streamer for Nigma Galaxy, it seems like the team hasn't finished making substitutions yet. Recently they posted a photo of GH on their Twitter with the caption "Back to the boot camp." This raises questions about what GH will do in the lineup. Perhaps Kuroki has finally listened to everyone and is retiring to become a coach, or something else. It's difficult to say right now, as the team hasn't played a single game with Matthew and FBZ in their lineup. But it seems that GH's return to Nigma's bootcamp is not without reason. Soon we will definitely find out about it. And here's a quick hint for you guys, just follow our channel and you will be up to date all the time. And you know what? More about Nigma. We will soon find out what they have in store for us, as they are going to Russia to participate in the Games of the Future. Previously we mentioned Latin American and Chinese team that are attending the tournament, but now almost all the participants are known. Here's the list: Hydra, One Move, Invictus Gaming, Beastcoast, Thunder Awaken, LGD, Extreme Gaming, Azure Ray, Nigma Galaxy, Boom Esports, Winter Bear, Entity, Neon Esports, and Edgepot. And there are also two teams to be announced. And it seems that among the clear favorites we can identify Extreme Gaming and Azure Ray. We can also expect good performances from other teams from China. And all the players are clearly ready for the tournament, especially Ame. Just look at him here, he is such a cutie, such a sweetheart. I just want a pajama like that, or whatever that is. But anyways, let's not forget about the Latin American teams who know how to surprise, especially on lands. Also, among relatively strong teams, Entity stands out, and it will be interesting to see Nigma in action. Guys, what do you think about this tournament? Write your thoughts in the comments below. And by the way, one more thing about this tournament, Entity is not attending it with a full roster. Their mid laner, no one will miss it. For obvious reasons, because no one is from Ukraine and Russia is in war with Ukraine. And you know what guys, this whole Games of the Future tournament is kinda controversial. For example, part of the winnings would go to taxes, and I remind you that the prize pool is $1 million, and this money will be used to sponsor the war. Also, I remind you that there are presidential elections this year in Russia, so this tournament is a part of pre-election campaign. And because of this, many major European teams have already declined to participate, even with a prize pool of $1 million. And not only them, for example, Heroics Davai Lama said that they declined the invitation, even though they really wanted them to come. And if you remember, Nouns were also among the first original participants, but then after the community's reaction, they decided to withdraw. Anyways, it's not yet known who will replace no one in Entity. It could be possibly Rabel, but there's no official information yet, only rumors. We will find out soon. We wish, obviously, all the teams good luck and hope that the tournament will be free from propaganda. For us, esports is about sports, not politics. We are against discrimination, violence and war. We stand for peace worldwide and a clear sky above our heads. But guys, let's move on. For example, there's more reshuffles. Apart from Entity, Beastcoast is also attending the tournament. They recently announced their official roster. The organization has signed the former Infinity lineup, which is basically what we said in the previous episodes. Pike, Lumpy, Vitali, Moose and Gardic. This team will also participate in the qualifiers for ESL 1 Birmingham. We look forward to a beautiful and aggressive Dota that no one can replicate. Not only beastcoast went through changes, but Blacklist International also made another addition. Palast has joined the team, as we said in the previous episode, currently as a stand-in, but if the team performs well, they will sign him as a full member. It's hard to say how the player will perform in the team for now, but we hope for some exciting gameplay. Changes have also occurred in Palace's former team, as they brought in Execration Gaming. Initially it was unclear whether this would strengthen the team or not, but all doubts were dispelled in the match between Blacklist and Execration. Krish showed what he's capable of on the second map, with a KDA of 10-1. As a result, Execration won 2 effortlessly. It's kinda difficult to understand why Blacklist lost, but it feels like Palace's departure was unnecessary. Regardless, we wish both teams good luck. Do you still remember that LGD planned to change their mid laner? Well, they finally did it officially. Emo officially moved to the bench and Setsu joined the team, just as we said in the previous video, again. But anyways, let's see how he will perform in the qualifiers and on the LAN in Russia. We just hope that there will be no more substitutions in LGD this season. But I know one great roster that now doesn't need any substitutions because they enjoy their game, at least at the bootcamp. Obviously, I mean Tundra Esports and their photo. I mean, just take a look at the faces of the players, it can be seen that they are enjoying playing together. According to their Dota, they are in incredible shape, and according to their in real life photos, they are too. Just look at Thompson, he seems to be as strong in real life as he's in the game. Just look at these muscles. He's a real machine. And yeah, he's a meme-making machine as well. Just look at how his latest video looks like. He's trolling Quinn. He's just a genius of humor, a genius of the game. He's a 2-time TI winner. He's a great dad to a daughter, and wow, he's a muscle machine. Guys, I don't know, I think I'm in love. But okay, let's move on. Do you remember that Quinn wanted to fight with Ramzes? Well, his teammate Durachyo revealed in a new interview that he was also ready to fight Ramzes, and they even planned to have a fight. But I don't know what rules should be applied to this kind of fight. Because, for example, Quinn wants to fight Bare Knuckle. But anyway, guys, just listen to this. Quinn, Ramzes, Durachyo, they're just skinny dudes. Who wants to see them fight? I don't really. But what I do want to see is, for example, Fly versus Thompson, because they're like huge rocks, machines, like MMA kind of stuff. What do you think? Write your thoughts in the comments below. Now, let's talk about how Team Spirit lost to their Academy team. The first game went smoothly for the Dragons. At first it seems like Yellow Submarine could put up a fight, but farmed up YATORO was too strong, and there's basically nothing to tell about. In the second game, for the first time in the history of official games, Collapse picked Podge. Previously, Collapse said that this hero was too difficult for him because it required aiming and all that. But he disproved his own words. Just look at this risky teleport to the mid lane. It was too early in the game and he could have lost his lane completely. But Collapse was confident and he did it. He was just dominating with his merciless hook against Slark. Meanwhile, Larl on the lane wasn't doing well, especially against Ember Spirit, who was overpowered in this patch, and Lar is not the best player on mid lane these days. Like he's out of shape or something. But then Yellow Submarine, the Academy team, showed what they were capable of in terms of attack. For example, this smoke gank, which led to Miposhka's buyback and Larl and Mira were gone. Yes, Spirit took the offlaner and the position 5, but it was a questionable exchange. Moreover, YATORO engaged in a fight and wasted a lot of time that he could have spent farming. Also, Yellow Submarine's mid lane player didn't give Larl any breathing room and constantly pressured Spirit's player on the map. And as we all know, a fast-paced game is what destroys Spirit. They almost couldn't do anything, almost all the fights were in favor of the Yellow Submarine. This eventually led to a team wipe at 22 minutes.
Yeah, no matter what happens. Oh, hello. Got the grip off the back of the hook, but King is still alive. Shadow dances out, Miposhka in trouble. They get the Nightmare down to save the Bane for now, and King has fallen. Collapse has hooked him back and taken him down. Pessimist still fighting in the midst of them all, trying to battle back and kills Mira off, but the turnaround from Spirit is coming thick and fast. YATORO has unlocked his potential, charging with a doppelganger forward towards the Mars, trying to toy with them with some illusion movement and baiting. But look at a raise, out of mana completely, being burst down by Collapse, and YATORO, oh no, he's not burst down. He turns with his back rider, position 4.
And since Phantom Lancer had to constantly join fights, YATORO just wasn't farming enough. Yes, at some point Spirit managed to win a fight and went for a Roshan, but immediately lost 3 heroes for it. The game ended with an impressive brawl. Even with Vision on the high ground, Spirit couldn't take more than 1 support. So the Academy finally solidified their dominance by taking the decisive Roshan.
Roshan hearing a lot of noises scurrying in the bushes.
Full wraparound from Yellow Submarine. They want to kill these supports. They want to kill Bane. Miposhka needs to go. Laurel, smoke popped.
First point of contact, but they found Miposhka. Self-nightmares, but looks pretty dead on my screen. 80 seconds with no Bane. Look at Laurel, though. He's in on the Rubik and the Bat, but he's been caught out with a lasso now. And up towards the northern side, the Slark with his BKB, aiming for the PL. YATORO. Oh, he was being focused there, but he turns with all of his illusions, looking at the Slark, trying to burn his mana down. He's still full HP with an Inkswell on him. Pounce away, gets King out of danger for now. Mars, BKB's back up. No mana left for him, as he's standing and fighting with a buyback out of Mirror. They want to continue this fight. Dismember's there. Rot stolen by the Rubik, trying to turn around as much damage as he can, but YATORO, he disengages. He knows that there's no fight left to be had here as the PL just
Erase
backs up.
is very low. YATORO, he's going for it.
Will get finished off. Turns and fights. 1v4. A double kill for the PL. What can he get? Any more? Slark. Phantom Brace on him. Silenced up for now, but he gets it taken off. Mirror and YATORO. 2v3. The Mars in a little bit of trouble, but the Slark opens up on the PL. Knows that's his job. Gets the trick done. And a triple kill for King.
These are old buybacks, and YATORO, he needs to buy back. It was a really nice play coming up.
And despite some resistance from Team Spirit, they managed to seal the second game. And here you can immediately read that the main problem with Spirit is their playstyle focuses on farming YATORO, but at the same time all other players on the team should not be making big mistakes. And there were many mistakes on this map, both from their carry and the mid laner, and YATORO eventually just couldn't keep up with Slark's farm. And yeah, Yellow Submarine showed that they can play well, and you better not make mistakes against them. In the third game, Team Spirit just picked normal heroes and didn't leave any chances for the Academy team. Now, let's talk about the Western Europe qualifiers, for ESL 1 Birmingham, obviously. We can expect incredibly interesting matches among the clear favorites. I can highlight OG and Tundra as the top contenders, but let's not forget about Team Secret and Team Tickles, who are supposed to become Mouse Sports, but I don't know what's happening there. And also Entity. These 3 teams may not be showing the best results, but they can still perform at high level. Don't miss all the best matches, just subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell. And in the end of the episode, we wanted to show you the best highlights, just as you asked. Our top begins with a great defense from Virtus.pro.
It would be a great target to go on if they can burst him pre-BKB, and this wraparound could pay off big time for Team Spirit. They come up the staircase, walking up the ramp. Mirror shows on the left. Jump in from Laurel, trying to avatos and combo into Notice. That's the tanky Centaur, though. On the right-hand side, Collapse, getting the jump onto the Faceless Void. The combo's not going to come because Kiritich got off his BKB. Now the Chrono landing in, the Phoenix finished off as well. Good silence to kill off Miposhka. The Chrono onto this Troll Warlord. They're pinging YATORO.
He got hit by an arrow.
Can he get himself out of here with a battle trance and a turn around? He's too low and he's finished off. Squadix with a triple kill. Collapse, the only one really left in this fight. And he's being chased down by Kiritich.
Next is an ideal fight from Team Spirit near the roshpit.
The ring on this Tiny and Primal Beast. Let them fight it out. Come on, a good wraparound here. Blink Hex, Zayat, caught by Collapse though. Let's see if Tiny can get brought down. He gets the BKB off in time. Great stun from Zayat again. 2-man stun up onto YATORO, but now the turnaround with their BKBs. Collapse, RP's the Wind Ranger. They've got the focus down onto Shigetsu, but the damage, will it come fast enough? She gets off to the side. Toss forward. There we go. YATORO sent into the midst of it all. And Team Spirit, they've claimed 3. Look for the 4th as Malady. Gets down to the low ground, but not going to survive for much longer. Miposhka there.
And the last one is the amazing Nothing to Say's escape on low HP.
Last seconds, but Nothing to Say is more than happy to give him what he wanted, which is apparently some company. There's Nothing to Say, gonna dive in, almost going down, but does secure the kill beforehand. Candyloon gets a nice Spear Arena.
Oh.
Maybe he can find the Emperor, or maybe not. Nothing to Say still running his way out. Oh, what a tease. What a tease.
Oh my god. This is pretty depressing for the side of Magyolo.
Well, let's end as always on a fun note, namely with the artist, the player that is known to all of you, one of the best there is in Dota 2 esports, known for a specific thing. I mean Arteezy. Again, he got into the cliff 3 times in a row in one fight. Cliffteezy is back, baby, yeah!
Go, go, go. The fuck? Oh my god!
Pure unlock, but as we know, it happens to Arteezy pretty regularly. Will this happen again in a pro game? I think it will. Anyways guys, that's all for today. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to leave your feedback in the comments below, because it's really important for me to improve by listening to you guys. Also, hit that subscribe button to follow the best Dota 2 news channel. I'm not saying goodbye for a long time. See you soon.